him into left field. But the hustle double by Biggins, able to beat the throw by Bosch to get into second base. So a nice way to get things started in the 8th inning. And Franklin Gutierrez, who ended up scoring 3 runs on the night, gets a walk right after Biggins. And then, of course, the hitting star of the night is going to come up. Milton Bradley, this is a great at-bat. Was able to stay back just long enough on a changeup and hit it hard into right field. Biggins coming around to score. Ordonez, with a pretty good arm, was not able to throw him out. So the Mariners were able to take the lead at that point, Dave.
And then, of course, Lopez chipped in with a fly ball into fairly deep left center field. And it turned out to be a sacrifice fly, coming in to score the second run of the inning. And then David Archman comes in and lights out, man. 15 fastballs, I think it was.
It was good to see. He hadn't been on the field for, I think, 5 days. So Archman comes back in throwing strikes right away, which is what you want to see out with a 2-run lead. Nice come from behind win for the Mariners.
Well, Jason Vargas now today, and Jason Vargas has been unbelievable. He has 7 consecutive quality starts, and look at that ERA.
Yeah, nice numbers for him. ERA to 2.47. Opponent's average just 172 against Vargas. He's doing a nice job of striking hitters out when he needs to, but the main thing for him is his ability to keep the ball down and work the edges of the plate. Vargas so far this year has been a nice surprise for the Mariners.
Back in April, the Mariners really handled Jeremy Bonderman, but it's a different Jeremy Bonderman they're going to be seeing today. He has been fabulous in May.
Well, since that start against the Mariners, when the Mariners handed it to him, he's been very good. His ERA climbing down also. Opponent's average pretty good. 28 strikeouts for Bonderman. So the Mariners right now are going to go out and see what he has. It looks like, from numbers, he's a little different pitcher than the one they saw earlier in the year.
So the native of Pasco, Jeremy Bonderman for the Detroit Tigers, and Jason Vargas for the Mariners. Good to have you with us. The kids are here. It's weather day in Seattle, and we've got weather outside. Back with more right after this.
The entertainment capital of the Northwest. The Tracer system uses 3 cameras to track every pitch. Graphical enhancements have been added to the EQC Tracer this season to give you more information and insight into the game.
And today, from rainy Seattle, Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN is brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank. By Quest, high-speed internet. Get blazing speeds that won't burn up your wallet. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. For over 30 Toyota offers, visit buyatoyota.com. And welcome to Safeco Field here. We are all buttoned up as it is raining outside. And as we check yesterday's game, 2 Coors Cold Blast, both of them coming from the Mariners.
And blast they were. They're going to start things off with Milton Bradley in the first inning. The first pitch he sees off of Verlander, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that he turns around and hits in the seats for a 2-run home run.
As we get set to wrap up this 2-game series, a quick look at the Mariners' batting order after a look at Mr. Gutierrez and his shot out to right field. And there is a little bit of a change in the lineup, Mike.
Well, there is, but it's also a nice combination of 3-4 hitters, same as yesterday. Those guys end up scoring 4 runs and driving in 4 between them. But Mike Sweeney back in the lineup today. It's good to see. Mike's been the hot hitter for the Mariners. He's hit 5 home runs so far in the last week and a half or so for Mike, so it's good to see him back in the lineup.
So this is one club the Mariners have fairly well dominated this year. They've beaten the Tigers 3 of 4, trying to make it 4 out of 5 and send the Tigers on home. The Mariners will leave after the ball game and go to Southern California for their weekend series against the Angels. Back with more, the M's and the Tigers from Detroit, right after this. Well, the homestand ends. The Mariners going after a mini sweep of the Detroit Tigers in this 2-game series after the win last night by a score of 5-3. The Mariners have taken the field. So let's have a look at the Tiger lineup, Mike.
For Jim Leland this afternoon, leading things off will be the nice rookie Austin Jackson. Then it's Damon, Rayburn, Ordonez, Bosch in. Laird will do the catching, hitting 7th. Worth just called up. He's hitting 400. He will hit 8th. And then Everett, the veteran shortstop, hits 9th. And the numbers for Jason Vargas. Has pitched well this year. ERA just over 3. 52 2/3. 35 strikeouts for him. Opponent's average just 193. Take a look at our Home Depot doing more on defense. In the outfield today will be Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro. And across the infield, Lopez, Wilson, Figgins, Mike Sweeney getting the start over at first base. And behind the plate will be Josh Bars.
So there he is, 27-year-old Jason Vargas, who has opened a lot of eyes this year with the job that he has done. 7 consecutive quality starts, and he'll be facing, first of all, Austin Jackson, one of the top contenders for Rookie of the Year in the American League. Young man out of the Yankee organization, and this kid who's just a baby in baseball parlance figures to be the Tigers center fielder for years to come.
Oh, I would agree. He can cover a lot of ground. Has a strong arm. We've been able to see that. And so far, he's off to a great start this season, hitting .333 coming into the game with 3 triples and 12 doubles.
Just 23 years of age, and he fouls the first pitch back and out of play. 0-1 the count on Austin Jackson. A little low, 54 degrees at game time. Again, cooled off. Our warmest day on this homestand was yesterday. It was 59 degrees. Strike at the knees. Gary Cedarstrom, the veteran, calling balls and strikes. Two and two. And they come back into the mound, and Vargas will throw him out easily. The way that Vargas and Pfister have been pitching, I ran into Jack Zarensik this morning in the hallway talking about the upcoming road trip. He said, boy, it's kind of tough to go down and play the Angels, isn't it? With your number 3 and 4 pitchers working in that one. Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee and Felix Hernandez.
Well,
the way the back end of the rotation has gone.
Well, you know, Doug Pfister goes into yesterday leading the league in ERA, and we've talked about Vargas and the job that he has done. He's been really, really good. Special this year so far.
1-1 on Johnny Damon. This is going to be a tough stretch when the Mariners start play again on Friday. They won't get any rest for a long, long time. They're going to be playing some awfully good ball clubs as that ball is sliced to left field, and on the run out there to make the catch, Michael Saunders. Fine play by the youngster from Canada.
Saunders, a really good athlete, is able to run this ball down, makes a nice catch knowing that the wall is coming up in a hurry, and the left-hand hitter Damon slices that away from him. So a nice play for Saunders.
We mentioned the schedule, and after the Angels, the Twins, 4-game series, they're the leaders in the Central. And then it continues with the Angels coming here and then down to Texas for 4 and then to San Diego. It is a tough go. And there are some good signs. Figgins is beginning to hit. Jose Lopez is beginning to show signs of starting to hit the baseball. And certainly the Mariners have maybe a very healthy, both mentally and physically, Milton Bradley.
Well, we saw what Milton was able to do yesterday. And the other thing is Mike Sweeney has emerged as one of the hot hitters right now. So as long as they can keep his bat healthy, or his back healthy, and keep his bat in the lineup, that'll certainly help also.
Ryan Rayburn bangs one into the hole. Playing first base, hitting only 196. But he got the call today. Of course, as you know, Miguel Cabrera has missed both of these games to be in Miami with his expectant wife, ready to look to deliver their second child, and we have not received word whether that event has happened or not. I'm quite sure it has not, or we would have heard. And here's Maglio Ordonez. But anytime you can escape having him in the lineup, you get a much better shot.
I'm sure the Mariners wish him well and hope everything works out for him as far as the baby goes. But they're happy that he's not here in Seattle right now.
They're going to say thank you to Mrs. Cabrera.
There you go.
Two strikes on Miguel Ordonez.
Well, so far he's topped out at 88 miles an hour. That's about average for Vargas. Good change up at 79.
Mike Sweeney getting a second start of the year over at first base. Former American League batting champion. And a change, line down the right field line, a fair ball. It grabs the stands down there. Down to third base goes Rayburn. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw to the plate. Rayburn's going to be out by 10 feet. So Gene Lamont waving him in, and the throw beat him by 10 feet as Ichiro picked it up, threw it in, and all you got to do is make the tag, and Josh Bard was right there. See you later. Inning over. The Mariners coming up, no score. A very exciting note as Rayburn tries to score from first base on this ball. Hit down the right field line off the bat. Ordonez. Now watch Rayburn as he rounds third, hesitates just a second right there. And that was fatal. He was out easily.
And take a look at the throw from Ichiro. Airmails it all the way to home. Makes it an easy play for Bard to get the tag down, but he was out by a pretty good margin as Bard covers up home plate so Rayburn can't get to it.
Great job here is Ichiro to lead it off, taking the strike from Jeremy Bonderman at the knees. 1-1 the count. And that's over toward the stands. And a great catch. Wow! What a play out there by Brennan Bosch. He hangs on to the ball, goes crashing into the stands, and he's not hurt. Man, is he a lucky kid.
Well, this is one of the better plays you're going to see up against the wall. He makes the catch, and the wall hits him right at his knees as he goes flying into the seats. Take another look at it.
Man, what a catch.
Fortunately, it actually looks like he landed in the aisleway, so he didn't get his back on the seats in there, but a nice play by Bosch.
He did land right in an aisleway there. Of course, that aisleway doesn't have any cushioning on it.
No, there's concrete down there, but I can tell you from experience, hitting those seats hurts.
Yes. So Ichiro is out on a spectacular play by Brennan Bosch. Falling into the stands. That's down low. Let's have a quick look at the lineup, Mike.
Well, we just saw Ichiro fly out. Then it's Figgins, Gutierrez, Bradley, Sweeney back in the lineup. People hit 5th. Lopez, Bard, Wilson, and Michael Saunders hits 9th.
Figgy taking away ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to count.
So a couple of nice defensive plays by both clubs here early in the game.
Three and 1. Bonderman, ever since his surgery, is no longer the flamethrower he used to be, the 95, 96, 97 guy. But he's become more of a pitcher. That's 90. And he's on the outside corner with it. And the count is full 3 and 2. And he walked him. Tigers were up here on the off day. And Jeremy from Pasco, and I guess a couple of his buddies went over to Ellensburg and floated down the Yakima River and got back to Mother Nature here in the Northwest, and that's what he likes more than anything.
It's a beautiful place to do it. A couple of them even went down to Chambers Bay and played the golf course down there on the off day.
I think Verlander was one up, wasn't he?
Verlander went down there. I know Inge was down there also.
And that's down low and inside ball 1 ball on those strikes. What year is the U.S. Open going to be there?
I think 15.
15.
And the U.S. Amateurs coming up this year.
There.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, Bonderman having command problems here. Inside. So for the second consecutive hitter, he's gone 3-0. And there's Milton.
Franklin's average, his batting average, had taken a little bit of a slide, but ended up going 2 for 3. In last night's ball game, hit a home run to right field to tie the ball game up 3-3. Ended up scoring 3 runs, so a nice night for Franklin.
Down low. So here comes Bradley, who did something I don't think I've ever seen last night. That was in the 8th inning when he singled in a couple of runs, and while they were changing pitchers, left the first base bag, went into the dugout, started high-fiving everybody and showing how happy he was. Have you ever seen that before?
I've never seen it before, but I can't think of anything that's wrong with it. You know what I mean? I thought it was,
time was out.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Absolutely. I thought it was great. Why not? I've never seen it before, but I didn't have a problem with it at all.
So here he is. Hit the first pitch thrown to him last night into the right field seats, and this time it's a slow ground ball to second, down to second for 1 for the force on Gutierrez. And down to third goes Sean Figgins. Mike Sweeney. Mike Sweeney, in his last 9 games, hitting .433 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs.
You can see what he's done on the homestand, hitting .421 with a couple of home runs and 7 RBIs on the homestand. Oh, he's really heated up. Overall, has his batting average to .297 now.
And that's pulled down the left field line and just fouled.
Bonderman trying to get ahead of him with a slow breaking ball, threw it right in the middle of the plate. And Mike Sweeney hits it hard down the line as it goes just foul, about a foot.
Down low with that one. Pretty good two-seamer, 92 miles an hour. Nothing wrong with that velocity.
No, it's not, but it goes to part of the change that he's had to go through because of the surgery that he had. He was 95, 96 with a four-seam fastball. More two-seamers now, but good movement on it.
And that fastball is hit down the right field line.
It looked like it broke Mike's bat. He ended up hitting that pitch off the end. Uses one of the cup bats. Ended up breaking the handle on it. Get a new piece of wood and go at it.
Tomorrow, an off day. The Mariners will spend the off day in Southern California, and then back with you on Friday night. Cliff Lee and Scott Kazmir, battle of two southpaws from Anaheim. Fastball, and that's right to third, and Inge has it to go the short way to get the force down at second base on Milton Bradley. But nothing happening except a tremendous catch by Brennan Bosch out there in left field. The Mariners are denied. There's no score after one. And here's Brennan Bosch. She made that tremendous catch of that ball hit by Ichiro down the left field line, falling into the aisle way down there over that low wall and onto his back. That's a shot, but foul down the right field line. Kid out of University of California, Berkeley. Ichiro will retrieve the ball and Throw it back into the stands. Tom Brookins is the first base coach for the Tigers. Gene Lamont is the third base coach. Lamont's been with Jim Leyland a long time, former skipper of the Chicago White Sox. And a ground ball to second. And get over there, not in time. Mike Sweeney was over to get the ball. He probably should have stayed at home. That was it right to second.
Well, you mentioned it's just his second start over at first base. He took a couple of steps towards fielding the ball. As we take a look at our Coors Light freeze cam, Michael take a couple of steps to it. Right about there, he knows he should have let it go. Can't get back to first, and Vargas was late getting off the mound. So Bosch beats him in a foot race to first.
So that's a little bit of inexperience, and it will go as a base hit, I guess. And it will go as a base hit as Brandon Inge takes the ball. Two and 0. Inge with his 5th home run in last night's ball game. Anthony's 3 and 1. Kansas City leading Texas today 4-2. Boy, the Rangers have been hot. Vladimir Guerrero, a couple of home runs yesterday. Got 12. He didn't have his 12th home run until August last year.
He has 42 RBIs right now.
Leading the league. Full count now, 3 and 2. And they struck him out after falling behind him, 3 and 0.
Well, gets away with a high fastball, probably ball 4, but Inge can't lay off of it. We'll get his first punch out of the game.
Catcher Gerald Laird now the hitter. Laird's only hitting 155, but for some reason I've always liked the way this man went about his business. He's tough.
He is, and he's a better hitter than the 155 he's showing. 97 at bats for him so far, 1 home run. He has some pop, runs well for a catcher, but does a really nice job behind the plate. Take a look at his career numbers. The way he can catch and throw, you'll take 240, 250 from him.
Just barely off the inside corner.
Well, they called the balk. I'm not sure what he did. I don't know if Jason knows what he did either. Here comes Don Wakamatsu. He's going to need an explanation.
You can't question a balk, but you can ask, what did he do?
Right. Right there. It looked like he started back and then he stopped.
Went by me, baby.
I think it was earlier. I think when he was taking his sign, he started to move like he was going to get set, and then he stopped, and then he went again.
It wasn't called immediately then.
No, it wasn't. Because I thought what we just saw at the end there looked fine to me. Take another look at it. See when he starts to get ready if you see him move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But there he waited until he threw it to call it.
It was late. Yeah, he called it late. I didn't see anything wrong. Once he picked his leg up to come to home, I didn't see him do anything wrong. He had a pause. Sometimes you don't pause, and that'll be a problem.
Josh bobbles the ball and drops it.
We'll take another look at it. It's just a routine ground ball to the backhand glove of Josh, and it hits off the heel.
Well, I'll tell you, we got some liberal scoring here. That's called a base hit. That's a routine ground ball for any major league shortstop to backhand.
Oh, I think if you ask Josh, he'll tell you he should make that play.
Here's Danny Wirth now. Taking high, ball one ball and no strikes. Wirth playing second base until Carlos Guillen comes off the DL, and then Carlos is going to be moving over there. He's played a little bit of everywhere. Now he's going to be the Tigers' second baseman.
His legs hold up. I'm sure he can handle the position.
One and one. Should be 3 outs. Stepped to first base and barely back there is Gerald Laird.
Well, we'll take another look at it. Snap throw. Mike ends up in the baseline, and Laird runs him over. First thing I could think of is Mike's back. He looks like he's fine.
And a pop up on the infield. Infield fly rule call. So 2 down as Lopez handles that infield fly. The countdown on for what's being heralded as one of the best bobbleheads of all time. That's when the Mariners host the Reds on Friday, June the 18th. It's Junior and Ichiro Cooperstown bound bobblehead night, presented by UW Medicine and FSN. The first 30,000 fans receiving this collectible featuring 2 future Hall of Famers. Strike to Adam Everett. For tickets, you can visit mariners.com/bobble.
You can bet, Dave, that as you mentioned, Vargas now has been able to get 4 outs in the inning, and he's still out on the mound. If he's able to get out of this inning, Don Wakamatsu will understand that this is added to his pitch count.
Absolutely.
And that's something that they think about a lot, especially early in the game. Back when I was playing, I never gave it a second thought. You know, okay, I made a mistake, pick me up, and I'll get you next time type of thing is what you think about. But later on in my career, I understood the value of getting those outs when you have them because it adds to your pitcher's pitch count.
Adam Everett fouls it back. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on, and no score here in the second. So he gets out of the inning, and he has to get really 5 outs. And he does it without a run scoring. So we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Mariners and Tigers, no score. The covered arena here, Safeco Field, as Jose Lopez will lead it off here in the second inning. And take a Jeremy Bonderman sinker at the knees. One and two. Tried the same pitch again. The breaking ball and missed with it. Jeremy's now 27. Originally drafted by the Oakland Athletics. And another slider, 3 straight sliders in a row, and this one got him.
He has a good slider. It's set up by the nice two-seam fastball. He can run it in on the hands of the right-handers and then work away from him with a good slider down and away. A couple of good pitches he was able to throw to Lopez. See, he's topped out at 92.
Josh Bard, the catcher, is the hitter. And a bare hand stop. He bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, and throws it down the right field line. So Bard's going to pull up lamely at second base, and he is hurt. Boy, that's the one position the Mariners can't afford to have another injury. Looks like they just got one.
I think you're right. His reaction is not good. He knows he did something serious to himself. Sometimes you'll twist an ankle and you can walk it off, but this looks like it's worse than that. He is not happy.
He is hurt. He'll have to leave, I'm quite sure.
He doesn't want to. He's saying he's fine.
Look, I just got here a couple weeks ago. I want to stay.
Exactly. Let's take a look at it. He's just hit nothing play, just a little simple one hopper back to the pitcher. Bonderman has a tough time picking it up. He's running down to first. As he turns, he pulls up a little bit lame. I can't tell.
Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. Oh, it's an Achilles, maybe a calf cramped up on him. Hopefully that's all it is.
Well, if that's all it is, that'd be the best news yet.
That would be. Take a look at Bonderman. He drops it and they can't pick it up. And probably about right here is when Bart feels like he has a chance. And as he makes the turn, he comes up lame. Take another look as he takes a swing. Comes out of the batter's box. And it doesn't look like he's running well there.
And Josh is trying to talk himself and stay in this ball game.
Well, the thing that Don has to figure out right now, they're going to take him out.
Yep.
Is, you know, are we going to lose him for a couple of days, or we leave him in? We might lose him for a few weeks, and they're going to be cautious with him and get him out of the game. So Rob Johnson will come out of the dugout and pick him up.
So Rob will be pinch running and, of course, stay in the ball game behind the dish.
And now Tuiasosopo needs to stay loose. He's the emergency catcher for him, so if something happens to Rob, Tui will be behind the plate. There he is. It's funny now until they tell you to put the shin guards on.
Here's Josh Wilson now. Down low, ball one ball and no strikes. And that ball is lined into left field for a base hit. Here's Johnson to third base. They will hold him there. Ball hit so hard by Josh. So Rob goes to third base. That kid Bosch got a pretty good arm out there.
That surprised me. He came up with this throwing a strike. As you take a look at this one hop line drive that Bosch will field in left field, pitch right in the middle of the plate. Josh hits it really hard. And then he makes a good throw right through the cutoff man with a strong throw. Rob Johnson just coming into the game. Good idea to hold him up.
And Michael Saunders, the hitter now, with runners at first and third and only one man down. Last time the Mariners saw Bonderman, they scored 9 off of him, but that was a long time ago. Two and 0. Fastball count.
Just missed with a changeup. The thing that's interesting to me is in yesterday's game, Verlander was throwing a lot of fastballs in on Saunders, which is the book on him. But the last 2 pitches that Bonderman has started him off with have been away from him. They're going back out away again.
got a good fastball. A good sink to it.
That's another two-seamer. Looked like he ran it right off the outside corner.
And a broken bat, little looper into left field for a base hit. So Rob Johnson will score, and the Mariners lead it 1-0, right off the end of the bat. Keep the Hillick and Bradbury people busy. Send me 200 of those.
That's exactly right. You don't have to be proud of all of them. This one right here, another two-seamer hits it right off the end of the bat. Breaks it in a couple of different pieces, but it goes down to hero. This is a base hit in the left field to drive in the Mariners' first run of the afternoon.
So Ichiro will be the hitter now. And of course, this caused by Bonderman's own error. That cost the Mariners their catcher, though, and Josh Bard. Ichiro was absolutely robbed by shot in left field as he fell into the stands out there into an aisleway and made the catch on his ball in the first inning. Double play ball. There's one. And back to first in time for the twin killing. And the Mariners will get one. And as we go to the third inning of play, they lead it 1-0. A bunch of the kids are out here today. Weather day here. My partner spoke at the weather day this morning, Mr. Blowers. And it's time for our AT&T trivia question. Which of the following is not true about Harvey Hellick's, quote, masterpiece on this date? Back in 1959, the fact that the Braves stole the pitch signs, Felix Mantilla's error ended the perfect game. Joe Adcock's home run changed to a double. And or was it listed as a perfect game until 1991? 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Is starting through the list for the second time is Jason Vargas. And Austin Jackson has the count 1-1. And right down around below the knees, and nice change.
I'm afraid you're on your own with this trivia question today, Dave.
Okay.
Can't help you at all.
Harvey Haddix of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Swing and a miss, and down goes Austin Jackson. Well, I know that Joe Adcock had the first hit. The only hit. I'm not. I don't believe the Braves stole the pitching signs. That's what I'm. That's the one. I think that's an error. And it was listed as a perfect game until 1991. So I'm going to say stole the signs. They did. I'd never heard of it. Let me put it that way.
I'm in with you.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on Johnny Damon. Ten-inning ball game. That was before they counted pitches. I wonder how many pitches Harvey Haddix threw.
141.
I'll take your word for it. So, Johnny Damon on his way to first base.
Yeah, it was good to see all the kids out at the ballpark today.
What'd you tell them about the weather?
Oh, I told them a lot of different things. I told them about the outfielders looking at the flags to check the wind. Told them the difference between when it's colder out in the ball carrying as opposed to when it's warmer. We talked about the rainfall and how it can be difficult to throw the ball sometimes on the wet grass and the ball will skip as opposed to bounce. And Steve Poole was great. He called and asked me to do it, and I told him I know nothing about the weather. Why? You know, I know when it's raining, that's about it. And he said, no, I want you to relate it to the baseball. So I was able to do that part of it, but they had a pilot out here that was pretty interesting to listen to him and some other folks that talked to the kids, so it was fun.
Swing and a miss. We've been to 2 of them this year. This is the third one. Baltimore and where was the other one? Texas?
I think it was Texas.
Yeah, and I didn't realize this, but the Mariners were the first to start that.
I didn't realize that either.
The weather day, several years ago, and now 7 or 8 clubs do it, where all the kids get out of school and come out and learn about the weather.
Yeah.
One of the local weathermen from one of the local TV channels is always the host, like Steve was today.
He did a nice job on it. Got the kids all fired up. Now they're all eating cotton candy and enjoying the game.
And a fly ball to deep center field, way back. And to the warning track to make the catch out there is Gutierrez. So 2 away. And Maglio Ordonez will be the hitter. Ball players tell me that they would much rather play in the rain than in the wind. If you have to play in either one.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think the wind causes a lot more problems for you, especially in the bigger stadiums, because you can't necessarily feel the wind on the field. Well, when the ball goes up in the air, it can go all over the place, and I think I would agree with that. I guess I had my druthers, so I'll take sunny and
take
82 degrees and call it good. When are you going to order that up for us?
That's coming. It's on July the 8th, I think.
Steve Poole said July 5th.
July 5th. Huh. What a Maglio Ordonez. And that ball is belted to left field, and that's not going to come back. That is way out of here. The back of the bullpen out there. And just like that, the Tigers have taken a 2-1 lead. Maglio Ordonez with his 7th home run of the year. No doubt about it. 5th home run given up by Jason Vargas.
And take a look at it. Looks like a changeup up. That's a fastball right in the middle of the plate. No doubt about it when he hit it.
They're guesstimating that at 408 feet. Brennan Bosch takes too high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. One and two. Supposed to have some fabulous weather in Southern California on Saturday and Sunday for the 2 day games that we have down there in the low 80s. Full count on Bosch. And that ball's hit to deep left center field, way back and back near the wall to play it on the hop is Gutierrez, and he'll get it back in. But Bosch is now at second base. 2 hard hit balls.
And Bosch, we've heard a lot about him, and he's showing why. Good-looking player. Hits this ball right on the button. Not many of them will stay in the ballpark that Gutierrez can't run down, but he ends up with a double as he hits that off the fence out in left center field.
Here's Inge now. Change. Been a while, but when Lou Piniella managed this ball club, this is a guy he always coveted. He always liked the way Brandon Inge played the game, whether it be behind the plate or at third base.
Yeah, at that time, he caught quite a bit when he was playing against Lou. He's a good athlete. Do a lot of different things. He's one of the better defensive third basemen you're going to see. Has some power. 27 home runs last year. As you take a look at what he's done in his career, average is down, but he has some pop in his bat.
Just barely outside. Just were handed an interesting note. Inge and Joe Torre, the only men in history that have played 350 games both at third and behind the plate.
That is interesting.
And that's a routine fly ball this time. So here in the third, 2-run home run from Maglio Ordonez, and the Tigers take the early lead as we go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-1 Detroit. And welcome back to Safeco Field as we move into the bottom half of the third inning. Sean Figgins walked in the first inning. He's got a shot at Maglio Ordonez, the man who is a difference right now. Figgins bunts the ball foul at the plate. Quickly 2 strikes on Sean Figgins. And strike 3 called on the inside corner. So 1 down. Here is your answer, the fans' answer, to the trivia question. Which of the following is not true about the Haddock's masterpiece on this date? The fact that Mantilla's error ended the perfect game is the statement that was not true. It was a Don Hoke error that ended the perfect game. Franklin Gutierrez takes a strike over the outside corner, 0-1 to count. Strike on the outside corner.
Bonderman has a good slider going today. Seems to be his better pitch. He threw a nice 2-seamer to Figgins to punch him out, but that last slider has a lot of late break to it. Threw some good ones to Lopez earlier in the game. Wastes a 2-seamer in off the plate. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes back out with a slider again.
And just on the outside corner, strike 3 call. Took a lot off that pitch.
Well, take a look at it. Wasted a fastball inside and then comes back with a slider on the outside corner. A couple of perfect pitches with the slider.
Milton Bradley takes 2 low. And hit him on the leg. So he's on his way to first base.
Ends up with a little bit of a Charlie horse. See if we can see where it hits him. He hit him on the knee.
Calls time, and he wants to walk it off a little bit.
Don Wakamatsu will go out and have a conversation with him to see how he is. Rob Nodine, he's been busy for the first couple of innings, already taken Josh Bard out of the game as he did something either to his calf or his Achilles, it looked like, and now this one looked like it hit Milton on his knee.
And Milton gingerly walking around. I think he's going to be okay, but his face may say something different. He's hurting up over there.
Well, I guess the good news is he's the designated hitter today, so he won't have to run down any fly balls in the outfield. Doesn't matter whether he can continue to swing the bat.
Baseball's only 5 to 5 1/4 ounces, but when you throw it 92 miles an hour and it hits bone, it's more like a wrecking ball.
Especially at 52 degrees outside.
That's hit into the hole for a base hit. So Mike Sweeney continues to swing a hot bat.
He gets a nice base hit. As Dave mentioned, he's been hot on the homestand, hitting over 420 for the homestand with a couple of home runs. It's just a base hit through the left side of the infield. So the Mariners now have Bradley down in scoring position for Jose Lopez.
And with that base hit, Mike moves smartly over the 300 mark at 303. Now you're just waiting for this guy to go on a home run binge, a tear. He had 25 home runs last year. I mean, he's only got one. You're a quarter of the way through the season. You know it's going to happen for him.
Oh, I think so. And you take a look at what I've been able to see from him. He's handling the pitch middle in. It's the pitch out over the plate that's given him a little bit of an issue, but he's slowly, steadily been hitting the ball the other way and back up the middle, so hopefully he's starting to climb his way out of it.
Slider low. One.
45 pitches for Bonderman so far. Even that last pitch, the two-seamer that he's been throwing in on the right hand, he tried to keep that one away from Lopez also.
Out in front of the plate. Easy play for Gerald Laird. And here in the third, the Mariners leave a couple. We go to the fourth inning of play. Tigers leading it 2-1.
Here, Jason Vargas trying to regain form. He got knocked around pretty good that last inning.
Well, I think he's made the one mistake to the wrong guy, and that was Ordonez. He hit it to the back of the bullpen, but he's also had to pitch out of some trouble. Some of it not necessarily his fault either.
Right.
Some sloppy play cost him a little bit, but the one mistake to Ordonez is the difference in the game, the home run.
And they're doing this, the Detroit Tigers playing without Miguel Cabrera, who's there performing like a all-universe type player. His first 45, 46 games. Milton Bradley getting treated on that left shin by Rob Nodine. Rob's been busy today. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop, Josh Wilson. Laird, fast running catcher, is thrown out. So it's down around on the calf portion. Hopefully it was not on the bone, because that would really hurt. Hopefully it was on the fleshy part.
Well, Milton also, he's had some issues with his calf, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So hopefully, yeah, that's not the case. And come up and bite him again because he's been swinging the bat well.
Josh Bard out of the game, suffering a leg injury. That was back in the second inning. Fly ball right field, Ichiro. And foul territory for the second out. There's Danny Worth flying out.
We'll take another look at it. Ichiro finds the wall right away, has time to slow down and make an easy catch.
Love the throw he had in the first inning to gun down Rayburn at the plate.
Yeah, the throw was good. I like what Bard did too. After he caught it, he had time. He turned to look, he had time, and basically threw his body out in front of home plate.
That assist for Ichiro, second of the season. Vargas 2-0 to Everett. Now 3-0. Everett struck out his first time on deck. Austin Jackson, leadoff man. Leads the American League, a 193 batting average against. Second walk today. That first one came around and scored. That was a walk to Damon in the third inning. He scored on the Ordonez home run. Austin Jackson, he's on the stat leader pages almost as much as Cabrera. He's number 6 in batting coming into today's action. He's 4th in hits, 2nd in triples, and on it goes. Base hit. So 2-on-2 out here in the 4th for Detroit. The 11th annual Collector Train Night is set for Friday, June 4th. Mariners welcome the Angels to town. First 20,000 fans take home a Felix Hernandez high-octane gas car. Visit Mariners.com to lock in your seats. Felix Train Night on June 4th. There's Johnny Damon. 0 for 1. A walk and a run scored. Strike one to Johnny. Johnny had a 15-game hitting streak back in April.
Similar type of game that Doug Fister threw out yesterday. Kind of struggled through the first 3 innings, giving up the 2 runs. Was able to get through it, and then after that he retired 14 in a row.
Yep.
So I think Don Wakamatsu would like to see the same thing from Vargas.
Ball and 2 strikes to Johnny Damon. See Jason labored in that 3rd inning with 27 pitches. Boy, he got that count way up.
And in the 2nd inning, 23 pitches.
Check swing. Josh Wilson. Quick throw. Gets Damon. And that'll do it for Detroit here in the fourth. 2-1 ball game. Coming up, Rob Johnson, Josh Wilson, and Michael Saunders. Fourth inning. He put some work into that one, Mike.
I like it. A lot of kids from school. I like it. Good way to skip school. Come out to the ballpark.
Weather day. How'd you like that? Did you do well?
It was fun. I don't know. There was a lot of tough competition.
Who was out there?
I like the airline pilot. He was going through everything. He had some neat video. I didn't have all that, so I didn't have any props. You know, it was just me, so it's tough.
Winning personality. Come on. Austin Jackson's right there. First out. Rob Johnson's gone. It's about our third weather day we've seen. One in Baltimore and one in Kansas City, right?
Kansas City or Texas? I can't remember. Baltimore for sure.
Yeah, it was Texas. You're right. It was Texas.
I was told, I didn't realize this, I was told that the Mariners started that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good move. Get kids out to the ballpark to learn a little something, have a good day. Nice field trip. Josh Wilson, solid single to left field in his first time up.
I liked it. At the end, they had a little question and answer from the kids.
Right. Any loaded questions?
Well, the last one was the best for me. Steve Poole, who does a great job. He was emceeing it. One of the kids right at the end. Hey, Steve, when is spring going to get here?
Boy, amen, brother.
He said July 5th.
He said 7th. So you're you know, that's showing your weather predicting acumen there. Because if Poole can say the 5th, you were well in the neighborhood. Shortstop Adam Everett throws out the Mariners shortstop. 2 outs. Luke Piniella and the Chicago Cubs. They make a rare Safeco Field appearance. 3-game series beginning Tuesday, June 22nd. Good seats still available for one of baseball's most storied franchises, making its first trip to Seattle in 8 years. Get your tickets right now. Mariners Cubs series at mariners.com. Mr. Piniella, he was the helmsman for those banners. Great years here in Seattle. Michael Saunders, RBI single, a broken bat single to left field in the second. Your other hockey fans out there, this native of Victoria, British Columbia. Stanley Cup Finals, Philadelphia and Chicago. Chicago in 5. He says it will be a boring series. He likes Chicago. fairly easy. And a nice play by Inge. Boy, defensively, we've seen Bosch make a play, tumble into the stands. This time, Inge doesn't fall into the stands, but makes a very nice play. A 1-2-3 fourth, 2-1 Detroit. Nice win by Kansas City. Angie, boy, Texas used the long ball yesterday. Guerrero with 2. Hamilton hit a long one, and so did Cruz.
Did you see the one that Hamilton hit?
Way upstairs, dead center field, just under that scoreboard in center field. I mean, that's a poke in Kansas City. It's a poke anyway. My goodness. Ryan Rayburn 1-2.
That was impressive. And Mariners pitching, they're going to get a chance to deal with those guys here shortly. Rangers coming back up on the schedule.
See the Rangers again June 7th, right around the corner. 4 night games down in Arlington. Three and 2 to Ryan Rayburn leading off the 5th. The Mariners 3-1 against Detroit. They also hold winning records against Kansas City, 2-1 and 4-2 against Baltimore. No play for Rob Johnson.
Galarraga getting loose out in the Tigers bullpen. Well, hopefully, as you mentioned, Rob going back for that foul ball that was out of play. The Mariners having the rest of the evening off to travel down to Anaheim and having tomorrow off and then a night game on Friday. Hopefully that's enough time that Josh Bard will be okay. We haven't had word yet. He was able to walk off the field, but he started the game and ended up getting hurt trying to hustle out a play at first base.
Josh Bard started today at 286 hitter, 6 for 21. In and out of the glove. They ate up the umpire.
Yeah, Gary Cederstrom. Rob Johnson will give him a little bit of time to shake that one off.
Jason Vargas and Doug Fister can't ask for much more than what these guys have turned in for the Mariners. It's been fabulous. 3-2 pitch foul off. Fister No decision last night. He's 3-2. His ERA 2.03. And Roland Smith getting up.
Yeah, Vargas now with 90 pitches. Another pop up. That one will go out of play as well. So 91 pitches now for Vargas. Second and third inning just killed his pitch count. 50 pitches to get through those 2 innings.
Most pitches that Jason's thrown this year, 108, 6 2/3 against Tampa Bay here on 3 weeks ago. It's some battle with Rayburn.
Yeah, Rayburn's not helping his pitch count either. Take a look at it. 10 pitches. This will be the 11th pitch.
Boy, going for a dozen. 2-run homer by Maglio Ordonez. 2 outs in the third. Count for the Detroit runs. Home second, it was Michael Saunders with an RBI single. Do it again, 3-2. Fouled off again. Wow. Bakers does. Ordonez waits. To center field. Going back is Gutierrez. Nice catch. A step away from the fence. Nicely done.
No panic in him at all, is there? He goes back on a ball. A lot of guys start thinking about the warning track and then the fence, and Gutierrez just glides to it. You just know he has it in his pocket the whole way. The 14th pitch. And just take a look at Franklin. It's a nice play.
Pitchers love that. It was the Washburn quote from last year in Minnesota. I'm going to like this guy.
Well, he should.
Ordonez 2 for 2, double in the first, 2-run homer, 1-1 pitch in the third. Not win a center cut one. Changeup work, 2-2. Again, Miguel Cabrera back in Miami, birth of his second child, coming up any day now. Backbone of the offensive attack here for Detroit. The 2-2. To Ordonez off the end of the bat. Sweeney take it himself. Hey, do you remember the Mariners green jerseys of the 90s? Well, Saturday, June 5th, Mariners host the Angels. Green jerseys, they're back, and we turn back the clock to the 90s. Plus, first 20,000 fans receive a Mariners cap. Make sure you join us for all the fun of the 90s. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Ryan Bosch. How about the catch he makes on Ichiro? Bottom of the first into the stands in left field. He came away. He's very lucky.
Well, he was lucky that he ended up in the aisle and not where the seats were. You get one of those armrests in your back and or hit you in the ribs, you can have some problems. So although he hit the concrete where the aisle was, he was fortunate, but a really nice catch. As you can see, he's done a nice job swinging the bat too. 2 for 2. His average up to 350 now.
Cranks going back and foul.
Wow.
Here's the other thing about that catch too. Look at the divider. The iron pole divider right there. He could have hit that one too. I mean, that's dangerous territory.
But the way he swings the bat, Jim Leland will probably tell him, don't do that anymore. Appreciate the effort, but I'd like to keep you in the lineup. Good-looking young player.
Kept waiting for him to hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Boom! Two and two now. 2 outs here in the 5th. Mariners take off for Anaheim after the game. Day off tomorrow. Play the Angels Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Another long foul. That Angels series, Cliff Lee, Ian Snell, and Felix Hernandez. They'll go against Scott Kazmir, Jared Weaver, and Joe Saunders, respectively. Real little guy, probably played his first game. He has no idea what's going on. The left field backing up Saunders. He's there. 1-2-3 inning, but a lot of pitches for Vargas in the 5th. Top of the order coming your way on our return to Safeco Field. Bonderman looks at a strike. He's 0 for 2. Ichiro. He's behind quickly. 0 and 2. Ichiro tied for 3rd starting today in American League batting. Billy Butler 344. Go. He did. It's at 3rd base umpire Marty Foster. Ichiro's gone. 3 pitches.
And he knew it too. As soon as he tried to hold up, he just kept walking back to the dugout. And take a look at another 2-seamer. Off the plate away. There's a lot of run to that 2-seam fastball today. He's thrown some good ones.
4 strikeouts, 2 walks given up by Bonderman. Chris Figgins a walk and a strikeout looking. Biggie shifting in the high gear last night, coming around 3rd, scoring on that Milton Bradley base hit. Gave the Mariners the lead at 4-3. Bonderman's got him 0-2. Figgins last night 1 for 3. Had a 2-hit game on Saturday, going 2 for 4. Swing and a miss, and Figgins is gone again via the strikeout. Strikeout number 5 for Bonderman. Good time for Rally Fries here, down 2-1 with Goody coming up.
Well, the guys need some runs, that's for sure. They have Goody coming up. A lot of kids here today. Weather day. I don't know about that kid with the hood on. But it's great to see them all out here. They were here early, 10 o'clock this morning. Steve Poole spending some time with them, going over the weather. Pretty neat stuff that they had. Did you see the airplane?
No, I missed it. I was downstairs, but good that they had a little airplane coming here.
Well, they had the airplanes up on the big screen, and they had a pilot in here, and he was talking about landing in different parts of the world.
Oh, man.
Some of the side winds, and you see some of the planes come in sideways, and they explain to the kids what it was doing to affect the planes and how they straighten all that out. It was really neat.
Because I know we've TV production crews have a little helicopter deal that they can fly around the ballpark.
That thing's cool.
1-1 to Gutierrez. Goody walking a strikeout looking. And Milton Bradley very productive last night. Combining to go 4 for 7. 4 runs scored and 4 runs knocked in. Chases one there. 2-2. There's the Goody hit zone.
Not too many weaknesses there.
Two outs, nobody on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now. On deck is Milton Bradley. Right past Bonderman into center field. Nice play by Worth. Not enough on it, and Franklin Gutierrez runs well. So a 2-out base runner for the Mariners here in the 5th inning.
Eventually Worth with a little more time will learn to just eat this ball with Franklin's speed. Take a look at it. Once it gets past Bonderman, that's going to be a base hit. Worth doing everything that he can, but no chance. Get the speedy Gutierrez going to first. Wasn't able to get anything on the throw. Now you give Milton another shot at it. Milton with the big home run yesterday. A nice base hit late in the game to give the Mariners the lead.
Very impressed by what he did last night.
I'm telling you, it's hard to explain to people how difficult it was for him to stay back long enough to hit the changeup his last at bat, because he fouled off a 98-mile-an-hour fastball a couple of pitches before this. So you have to be ready for that, and to be able to keep your hands back long enough to hit a changeup hard in the right field was pretty impressive.
Goes the other way, that's a base hit. Milton's on a roll, first and second for the Mariners as Bosch gets it back in quickly. Mariners building something with 2 outs here in the 5th.
They'll take a look at it going the other way, this time on a 2-seam fastball. That's a good pitch by Bonderman, too, off the plate. Milton doing a nice job staying with it. Hits it hard into left field. Nice to see him starting to heat up.
As Don Wakamatsu talked about, he and the coaches talked about the presence and the threat that Milton Bradley brings to this ball club in terms of putting him in the 4-hole. And what he can provide for this offense, which has not exactly been a juggernaut. It's last in batting in the American League at .236 team batting average.
And here's the hot hitter for the Mariners. Mike Sweeney had a base hit his last time up.
Mike's been aggressive too. Good, making good contact. First pitch swinging.
He has his average overall up to .303 now.
Breaking ball folds him. like 1 for 2. He's 5 for 27 with a home run against Bunderman. There's Jim Leyland, veteran of the baseball wars for a long time. 0-2.
That's been Bonderman's go-to pitch when he's been in a little bit of trouble today, is his slider. Another look at it. Slider down and away. His location has been excellent with that pitch today.
Sweeney stepping out. Last base hit that Mike had, 3rd inning, made him 14 for his last 32. Runner Scoo swung on and dribbled down to Everett. The throw across. Sweeney and the Mariners are gone. They had something going with 2 outs, 2 on. But Bonderman holds the fort, 2-1 Tigers. First hitters Brendan Inge, Laird, and Worth. 6, 7, and 8 here in the 6th inning for Detroit. 2-1 lead. Aguilera Ordonez, 3rd inning, 2-run homer. Difference right now, Mariner run coming on a Michael Saunders 2nd inning RBI. Owen Smith, Sunday was his first relief appearance of the year. And Inge is gone on 3 pitches. Owen Smith on Sunday Pitched a 1-2-3 ninth inning against San Diego. Going to bring up Gerald Laird. Laird 2 for 5 against Ryan. Hit really hard to Figgins, who snares it for the second out. Blistered that one. 2 outs. Take a look at our Geico quote. Harvey Haddix, the kitten, on that 51 years ago. That's scary. I could have put a cup on either corner of the plate and hit it. Harvey died 1994. Also the winning pitcher. Game 7 of the 1960 World Series. Ground ball off the glove, Lopez. Annyworth hit it hard. E5.
Take a look at it. Ball comes up just a little bit on Lopez and hits off the thumb of his glove. The ball was down. A little bigger hop. You can see he's playing up close, up in front of the base. Ball will get to you in a hurry.
4th error. 5th error for Jose Lopez. Adam Everett. In that 1960 World Series, Harvey Haddix won that game 7. I grew up in Philadelphia, and Phillies were awful that year, so the Pirates got to the World Series. Hey, they were from the same state, okay? Leave me alone. They beat the Yankees. I was home in time to see Mazeroski hit the home run coming home from grade school. That was great. Enjoyed the heck out of that.
So your loyalty only goes so far.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't rooting for I certainly wasn't rooting for the Yankees. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Adam Everett to strike out the walk today. Ryan Rowland-Smith trying to refine his game. Second half of last year, outstanding. Figured to be a stalwart. He's the number 3 guy in the rotation this year, and he's had a tough go. Ryan started 8 games on the season, 0-4 record. One of the things that got him in trouble, in the 40 innings he's thrown, 16 strikeouts and 17 walks. Hammered down the line, fair ball, trouble. Worth on his way to third. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw by Josh Wilson. It's not in time. RBI double by Adam Everett, 3-1 Detroit. That ball got tattooed.
Well, Ryan stayed soft with him for the majority of the bat and hangs a breaking ball that Everett's able to hit down in the corner. Worth, we just found out, runs well. Able to score all the way around from first base. Gene Lamont waving him around.
So top of the order, Austin Jackson coming up. Good speed, Worth scoring. Ryan Rowland-Smith, a short stint here in the 6th, facing just 4 men. Got the 2 outs. And E5 cost them, and the double. It's 3-1 Detroit.
the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Back here at Safeco Field, yes, and oh yeah, you gotta love it. Candy Apple, 3-1 Detroit. He's all over. Don't even think about taking it away from him. It's copyrighted telecast presented by Authority. Seattle Mariners may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Top of the order, Austin Jackson, 1 for 3. He faces Mariners' third pitcher today, Brandon League. That's rifled into right field. One hop, Ichiro. He's got 1 assist on the day. He'll not get another. At this time, 4-1 Detroit. Consecutive singles here for Jackson. His last 2 times up, and that's the second hit in a row for the Tigers.
And he didn't wait around. Squares up a fastball. Hits it right at Ichiro. Ichiro a little bit too deep, though, to throw the runner out at the plate.
So those 2 runs on the ledger of Ryan Roland Smith. There's Johnny Damon. 4-1 Tigers. 4 runs, 9 hits. Runner goes. Throw by Johnson. Not in time. Stolen base, Austin Jackson. That's his 7th.
And the numbers for Brandon. 1 save on the air, ERA of 3.75.
One at 1 to Damon. 0 for 2 with a walk this afternoon. A looper coming on Saunders. He's there. Damage done, though. RBI double Everett. RBI single Austin Jackson. It's a 4-1 Detroit lead. All right, Angie, thank you. Here's Jose Lopez behind 0-2. One of the reasons for that Boston resurgence, Big Papi David Ortiz is really, his bat's come alive the last couple of weeks after a very slow start. way outside to Lopez. A year ago, after 45 games, Jose Lopez was hitting .221, 3 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Of course, he went on to finish at .272, 25 homers and 96 runs batted in. So trying to get something going. Bouncing ball to Inge. 1 down. Mariners had 2 on, 2 outs in the 5th. Couldn't score. Only run today accounted for by Michael Saunders. 2nd inning. Single. Here's Rob Johnson, his 2nd at bat. He came on in the 2nd inning when Josh Bard, the starter, suffered a leg injury. He had hit a comebacker to Bonderman, who bobbled it and then threw wildly. And as Bard made the turn for second, something went on one of his legs. He had to leave the ballgame.
Showed you the stats on Bonderman today and how he's getting his outs. Just 3 fly ball outs for him. He's had a really good 2-seam fastball, a lot of sink to it. Probably the best slider I've seen him throw. Right there's another example of it. Starts it off the plate and runs it back on the corner, knee high.
Certainly a different story since the last time the Mariners saw him on the 16th of April here at Safeco. He went 4 innings, 9 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts in 93 pitches. It's 2-2 to Rob Johnson. He struck out 5, walked 1. Rob Johnson can get on here. 1 out in the 6th inning. Johnson 1 for 3 against Bonderman. 2 outs. Bonderman's 6th strikeout. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Pac-10 Saturday baseball returns this weekend from Corvallis. Oregon State Beavers play host to the Wildcats of Arizona. Live coverage begins at 2 p.m. right here on FSN and FSN HD. Quick 2 outs in the 6th. Josh Wilson's the hitter. He's 1 for 2. Good look at some of the matinee crowd here at Safeco Field. Strike 1. One to Josh Wilson. 2-run 3rd, 2-run 6th for the Detroit Tigers, starting the day a game and a half behind first place Minnesota in the American League Central. He has really fooled the Mariners with that pitch all day today.
They're just not picking it up at all. Every now and then you get a guy with a slider like Bonderman has today, and the spin on it's so tight you pick it up late. There's not much you can do with it, especially for the right-handed hitters, I think, because he's able to run the 2-seam fastball in on their hands. So you're conscious of that. It's like that last pitch. Ends up jamming Josh, and you fight it off. So you end up in between a lot of times. It makes you look bad on the slider.
Jason Vargas, 5 innings, 7 hit, 2-run ball, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, starting for the Mariners. Be playable for the shortstop. Everett takes it. Bonderman throws a 1-2-3-6. And right now he's enjoying a 4-1 lead. Thank you, Angie. In that game, Ozzie Guillen got tossed earlier in that contest, as did Mark Burley. A couple balks called. Joe West ran them both.
Did you see Crawford and Madden get tossed out of the Rays game?
Classic. And how about Madden?
Good.
Said, hey, who was it? It was Balk and Bob Davidson. He says, Bob did a good job in that argument, too. He's the only guy I've ever seen that says, he did a good job. I got my 2 cents, but he did a good job.
I like that. He had a smile on his face.
Oh, it was great. Joe's a character.
Oh,
like
yeah.
him.
You can't argue balls and strikes. I knew why I got thrown out. He did a good job. I got my money's worth, but he's the least bit concerned about it.
Tampa Bay, after they finish this series at home against Boston, they head off to Toronto. And you know how Joe is very thematic. He says, hey, Stanley Cup Finals start on Saturday. Boys, they have to travel in hockey jerseys. That's the attire for the traveling party of the Tampa Bay Rays to Toronto. Have to wear a hockey jersey. He's going to wear one of the St. Louis Blues. Remember they were here, I think it was last year before last. I think they had an Elvis, had dressed like somebody in rock and roll history. I think there was a military time.
Cowboy,
yeah, Redbird strikes out. First strikeout for league.
We talk about characters of the game. He qualifies.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, he's neat.
There's Maglio Ordonez, double, 2-run homer and a ground out the first. Lopez watches it get through the whole base hit. A 3-hit day for Mags. Thursday, June 3rd, call your girlfriends. Head out to Girls Night Out at Safeco Field. That's when the Mariners meet the Twins, and the first 10,000 women, 21 and over, take home a stylish Manners tote bag. Plus, there'll be manicures, massages, and more at the Comfort Station located on the left field concourse. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Here's Brian Bosch. He's got an infield hit, double to left center. Mariners today a run on 5 hits and 1 error. 4-10-1 for Detroit. Saunders, long run for him. It's 3 rows back. Since the Saunders second inning RBI single, the Mariners have not gotten a runner to third. They got 1, 2 as far as second. That's it. It's over the last 4 innings.
I think I would be real careful throwing a ball out over the plate to Bosch. He's a big man, likes to get his arms extended.
He's cranked a couple of long foul balls previous at bat.
Let's take a look at the swing by Bosch. It's a powerful swing. He's turning it loose. Another pitch. That's a breaking ball out over the plate. Looks like he's close to the size of Adam Dunn.
6'6", 210.
Good
Swing
pitch.
and a miss. Bosch is gone. Second strikeout for league.
It's just a good split finger after throwing a couple of fastballs at 95. The bottom drops out of this one. He's way out in front. Nice pitch.
Here's Brandon Inge. 2 strikeouts and a fly to center. Goes to right field this time. Ichiro is there just shy of the track. Harmless 7th. Time for the Mariners to get cranking here. Saunders, Ichiro, and Figgins coming up. brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the FSN crew here at Safeco Field. Matinee action. It's been a good day for Detroit. 4-1. 2-run homer by Ordonez. They had a 2-run sixth. Mariners put up their early run in the second inning. Michael Saunders got a big RBI, and a defensive replacement. Don Kelly takes over in left field for Brandon Bosch. Speaking of Michael Saunders, he's going to lead off here in the 7th. This completes a third time around against Jeremy Bonderman.
Saunders still in nice shape with his pitch count. Just 88 pitches for Bonderman, 54 strikes, 34 balls.
Getting tight. Well, one thing the Mariners have learned, he's got the good slider, complemented with the good two-seamer. What else are they looking for here as they finish up this, get ready to start the 4th time through against him?
I don't think anything else. I think you just stay with those pitches. Phil Koch and Ryan Perry loose out in the Tiger bullpen. Problem you have is, although it's 2 pitches you're thinking about, it doesn't seem like much, but they've been plus pitches for him today.
Bouncing ball, fair ball. What a stop by Rayburn. And covering is Bonderman. Nice play all around. 1 out.
We'll take a look at it. Ball bounces over the bag. I know it's on the right side of the line, but wow, what a play by Rayburn. I didn't realize it was that good. In between hot, makes a nice play. Bonderman gets over in good shape, but this is a tough play. Just smothers this. That's a double for sure if he doesn't come up with it. Nice play.
Nice play by the umpire, too, Ed Hickox. Be in the right position to call the fact that it was a fair ball and then to get back and make the call at first base. Nice job by Ed. There's pitching coach Rick Knapp.
I'm not sure what the conversation is going to be about unless he just wants to give Bonderman a chance to catch his breath after covering and give the guys out in the pen a little bit of time. But Bonderman looks like he's fine. Still throwing the ball well.
Right now they have just Koch throwing. The pitch number 91 coming up. There's Phil. The Yankees a year ago. Ichiro 0 for 3. Struck out his last time. Everett makes the play. 2 outs. Later on tonight, you can catch Freddie Montero and the Seattle Sounders FC. They take on Boca Juniors, one of South America's most popular soccer clubs. Check your local FSN and FSN HD listings for match time in your area. Sean Figgins walks, strikeout looking, strikeout swinging. Popped up. Laird looking for it. He's got it. And a quiet 7th inning. Bonderman throwing a nice ball game. He's got a 4-1 lead. How about Bob Davidson? We were talking about the set two he had with Joe Madden. Both of those guys. I've got Wrigley Spearmint. What are you chewing? Dentine? Bouncing ball off the bat of Laird. Lopez throws him out. Ride and save on Sound Transit Sounder Train. For more information on schedules and routes, visit soundtransit.org.
Looking at that picture, you don't see that very often anymore. That was old school. That was old school.
Nose to nose, baby.
Yeah, get your money's worth. That was great.
Discovering the NBA. Good God, this got to be 1977. Bob Lanier, Bernard King. Bernard wound up getting chased into the stands by Bob Lanier. Both got thrown out of the game. Later seen at a diner having a beer.
Good. Well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
My thing looking at the thing with Madness is it was hard to tell, and I don't know if Carl Crawford bumped him when he was arguing with him. But if he did, hopefully it won't be too bad of a fine or a suspension that he's going to get.
Got him with the bill of his helmet, but he said Davidson was the one that moved close to him. So they had, it was contact. So I'm sure they'll play it back 8,000 times and figure who was the aggressor. They got after it.
They did. Well, and that's the reason why I'd hate to see Carl lose a lot of time, because I don't think it was anything intentional. If it was bumped, it was because they were both in each other's face, just jawing. It wasn't like he was really going after him or anything.
Down the line, hit a long ways and foul. If he had the glove, what'd you do? You left it on the train, right? The 1 in a million sitting in that seat.
Take another look at it.
That does sting just a little bit. Medic!
He's sopping those hands up a little bit. All ricocheted off him like he had a couple of bricks out there.
3-2 to Worth. One out here in the 8th. Boy, the boys will be on him. Back up the middle. Josh Wilson. Quick release. Throws him out. 2 down. Take a look at the Quest High Speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. Bonderman setting them up, knocking them down. 93 miles an hour in league at 96. Mariners have had 2 runners as far as second base since the 2nd inning. Adam Everett. Strikeout, a walk, 2-run double to the left, a 1-run double to the left. Angels will be hosting Toronto in about an hour. Angels at 22-26. So the Mariners take off for later on this afternoon. Plays. He's to hop nicely. Dug out by Sweeney. Got him. Nice play all around. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. It'll be Gutierrez, Bradley, and Sweeney coming up here in the home 8th at Safeco Field. He still can't Part of the order coming up for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing 4-1. That late inning lightning right now with Gutierrez, Bradley, and Sweeney facing off against Ryan Perry. Ryan taking over for Jeremy Bonderman. 7 strong innings for Bonderman, the Pasco, Washington native. 5 hits, 1 run, not earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks. The numbers on Perry.
17 strikeouts in 18 2/3 innings. Opponent's just hitting 200 off of him. Guys need to turn it up a notch with Perry. His fastball will be 95 to 97 miles an hour.
Line on Bonderman. 93 pitches, 58 for strikes. Two and 1 to Gutierrez. Goody with a single with 2 outs in the 5th. Bradley followed it up with a base hit. Sweeney grounded out. That ended the threat. 2 and 2. It is just raining like crazy. All right, you got on TV now. Get in out of the rain.
Kids don't care, you know that.
Perry 6'4", 200. Pomona, California. It's 3 and 2 to Goody right now. There's a base hit, number 6 of the day for the Mariners. Great start to the 8th. 2-hit day for Gutierrez. Goody last night, 2 for 3.
96-mile-an-hour fastball in the middle of the plate. Franklin hits it right back up the middle.
Here's Milton Bradley. Single to left in the 5th inning.
Saw Milton turn around a Verlander fastball yesterday. First fastball from Perry, 95 miles an hour.
He tried to turn that one around. Another pitcher. He's 6'4". We saw the San Diego staff rush out. Bunch of power forwards out there. 6'7", 6'8", big fellas. Joel Zamaya and Phil Koch. Phil Koch the closest to you, the left hand. Laird caught that foul ball. All 2 strikes. Milton strikes out. High heat got him. One out, one on here in the 8th. All-Star balloting, it's underway. We want you to vote for your favorite Mariners. Vote up to 25 times at mariners.com/vote. You could win 4 tickets to an upcoming game at Safeco Field's All-Star Club and an autographed baseball from Ichiro. Vote early and often. Vote today at mariners.com/vote. Sweeney cranks one. Deep left field. Going back, Kelly. Mike Sweeney's home and again. It's a 4-3 ball game. Mike Sweeney's 6th home run. RBI 15 and 16. And again, aggressive. Going after it. got a fastball and rode it out of here, made it a one-run ball game.
We talked about him being hot. He had a hit earlier in the game. It's a pitch right in the middle of the plate. And nothing cheap about it either. This went all the way out to the Mariner bullpen.
407 feet, gets his batting average up to 309. Now it's a one-run game. Mike Sweeney, power source. Lopez with a line drive base hit. Tying runs aboard with one out.
Take a look at it. Lopez still able to handle the fastball. Hits his ball hard out into left field. So he's 1 for 4 in the game.
Jim Leyland. And here he comes. So Ryan Perry gives up a base hit and a 2-run homer. And another base hit, putting the tying run aboard. Mike Sweeney. Jim Leyland, as we've learned over the years, he said, listen, I don't know a heck of a lot about pitching, but I know what I have to say. I go out there and say it and get out. Probably the quickest manager visit to the mound guy in the business.
You don't see many managers go out to just deliver a message, and we see it every time they play. Sometime in the series, he is going to make a quick trip out to the mound.
Sweeney now with his 5th home run in his last 10 games. Here's Rob Johnson. Rob didn't start the game. If you're just joining us, Josh Boyd did. Josh reached on an error, a throwing error by Bonderman back in the 2nd inning, and suffered a leg injury, and Rob took over then. It's 0 for 2. There's a foul ball. 1-1. Mike Sweeney, a .500 hitter, spring training. They had to put him on this ball club. And of late, he's been getting more playing time, and it's paid off in a very big way. Two and 1 to Rob Johnson. Seven of his last 11 games, Sweeney's knocked in a run. Rob Johnson's 2-2. And he represents the lead run right now. Rob with 2 home runs. They're both in Oakland against Ben Sheets. One the most recent trip last week and one on opening day. 2-2.
And a good slider to hit that time. Perry left it right out over the plate. Started off with 4 fastballs and slider, 87 miles an hour.
Two and 2 at Lopez at first. Full count. On deck, Josh Wilson. He's 1 for 3 today. This was a 4-1 Detroit lead. Lopez at first. 3-2 pitch, driven deep to left. Going back, going back. It's off the scoreboard. Lopez steams into third. It's a double for Rob Johnson. Second and third. 1 out. So the Mariners have jumped all over Ryan Perry.
This has to feel good for Rob. Nice job of staying back on a fastball. Just throws his hands at it. Let Perry deliver the power, 95 miles an hour, and it hits right off the scoreboard. Just missing a home run.
There's Josh Wilson, 1 for 3 today. Lopez at third.
Tigers will play the middle of their infield back, so they'll give up the tying run for an out.
Slicing ball down the line. It is foul. Leyland talking to his longtime confidant and pal Gene Lamont. And Skipper's not pleased right now. Gene was with Jim Leyland in Pittsburgh for a lot of years, and Gene also skippered the White Sox for a time. 1-1 to Josh Wilson. Tying run at third, lead run at second.
And you have to believe this is Perry's last hitter. You have left-hander and Saunders and Ichiro coming up next. Phil Koch has been up for about 45 minutes out in the Tiger pen.
Ball and a strike to Josh Wilson. Line drive, base hit. Here comes Lopez. Rounding third, Rob Johnson. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. Josh Wilson has knocked in 2 runs, and the Mariners have taken a lead at 5-4 here in the 8th inning. Bottom of the order, producing. And Jim Leyland's seen enough of Ryan Perry as they've chased him. Nice job, Josh Wilson.
Take a look at it. Gets a slider down in the zone and hits it hard into the gap. Rob Johnson running hard the whole way. Kelly makes a strong throw. Nice play by Josh Wilson to get out to second base.
Show you how we got to this point here. Mariners now with the lead in the 8th inning, 5-4. Little game recap here. Second inning. Michael Saunders slaps one in the left field on a 2-1 pitch. That gives the Mariners a 1-0 lead. This recap being brought
hitting by Josh Wilson. I didn't realize how far down that ball was. Him and hit a line drive and not hit a ground ball at somebody. Good piece of hitting.
2-run single. Josh Wilson takes second on the throw. That is 4 consecutive hits, and 5 of the 6 men who have appeared here in the 8th inning have reached.
They hit the ball hard too. Nothing cheap about it. We showed the home run. But a nice base hit by Gutierrez. Line drive up the middle. Lopez hit a line drive in the left.
Josh Wilson, a 2-hit day, picks up a couple RBIs, gets his total to 8. Josh had 1 hit last night, so he's doing a real nice job here. It's 3 straight games now for actually 8 consecutive games now for Josh Wilson. The hitting streak growing by the day. So there's Vargas on the left and Brandon League on the right. League right now, if this holds up, will be the winner, and Vargas is off the hook.
And now Sean Kelly will sit down in the Mariners bin, and Hartzmo will get up.
Here's Michael Saunders with another RBI opportunity, picked up his 7th back in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball misses from Cope. David. Bill Koch out of Sonora, California, the 1-0 pitch. Couldn't hold up.
Numbers for Bill Koch: 3.43 ERA, 16 strikeouts in the 21 innings he's pitched, 9 walks.
4-3 with the Yankees, 72 games, 2 saves last year, 1-1 to Saunders. Saunders with 2 home runs, one off of Irvin Santana here and the other at Baltimore against Kevin Millwood. 1-2 pitch. Is that a play? So Jeremy Bonderman, he left with a 4-1 lead. He'll get nothing today. Two-run homer Sweeney, 2-run single Josh Wilson. 5-4 Mariners. Good stop by Gerald Laird. Saunders, the 7th hitter to the plate here against Jim Leyland's bullpen. One, 2. Strike him out. 2 outs. Top of the order, Ichiro coming up. Take a look at the Jack in the Box in-game box score. Ichiro and Figgins have not checked in yet. Good opportunity here for Ichiro. Got another run out there for him.
David Arzman will have to work through the top of the lineup of the Tigers. Jackson leading things off, and Damon and Rayburn.
Strike 1 to Ichiro. 0 for 4 today. Struck out. His 3rd at bat. Josh Wilson. He's at 2nd. Ichiro looking for his first hit against Phil Koch. He's 0 for 3 against the left-hander. A weather day. A lot of kids here. They love their Ichiro. All 2 strikes.
I know we saw Bill Koch with the Yankees. I don't remember him throwing this hard. 95 miles an hour.
I'm with you. Yeah, we saw him, but boy, he's
91 with a good slider, but today he's 95. Throwing hard.
Just about everybody have their bullpens out of here now with the Mohawk. Maybe that's the reason. Here's the 1-2. Checked. No, he didn't. Gary Severson said he went, but a productive inning, late inning lightning for the Mariners. Josh Wilson singles in 2, gives the Mariners the lead after Sweeney brought him close with a 2-run homer. Turn it over to the DA in the ninth. Baseball takes the field tomorrow night from the Rose City when the Portland Beavers close out their 4-game series with the New Orleans Zephyrs. First pitch at 7 p.m. right here on FSN and FSN HD. Cliff Lee, Scott Kazmir, a couple of tough lefties. They'll get after tomorrow on Friday. 6:30 will come your way. Time now for David Ardsma. 9th inning, 1-run lead. Having a good year, 10 out of 12. And opponents hitting just a $196. Top of the order, Austin Jackson. Casey Kochman, defensive replacement for Mike Sweeney at first base. There's a strike. Ardsma picked up the save last night. Clean inning. 1-2-3 with 1 strikeout. Swing and a miss. Last night we faced 8-9-1 and ended the game by striking out this man right here, Austin Jackson. Two and two.
Anytime you come in to save a game, it's always a good idea to get the leadoff hitter out, but especially Jackson. He already has a stolen base in the game. Not want to see him on the bases and the speed that he has trying to protect a 1-run lead.
Two and two. On a full count now to Jackson leading off the 9th. Three-two pitch. Line drive. There's plan deep. Goody's to his left. He's there. 1 out. Down and got a pitch low in the zone and drove it a long way, but Gutierrez no problem. 1 out. There's Johnny Damon. David Artsma in his 6th game here in the month of May. Signed 10 contests in April. Artsma tied 3rd, and he's ahead of Damon quickly. 0-2, not messing around. Artsman's 10 saves, tied for 4th in the American League with Jose Valverde of these Tigers. The 0-2 to Damon, up high. One and 2 to Damon. Took something off it, struck him out, 2 down.
Well, after 3 straight fastballs, David Artsma going with a split. Damon way out in front. You see the great movement on the pitch. Runs off the outside corner. Damon just trying to get a piece of it, ends up striking out.
So the kids are 1 out from really getting their money's worth here. Up high to Ryan Rayburn. Ryan 1 for 4 today. Thrown out at home back in the 1st inning by Ichiro. 5 runs on 10 hits and an error for the Mariners. 4 runs, 10 hits and an error for Detroit. Here's the 2-0. Back with a strike. Best working David Artsma. 2 balls, 1 strike. Up high. Three and 1. Three and 2. So a strike away from a victory here against Detroit. Artsma in good shape. He is just pumping it in there. 94, very consistent. 2 outs, nobody on. A 3-2 pitch to Rayburn. Fly ball right field. That'll do it. Ichiro puts it in his pocket. Game over. Case closed by the DA. 5-4 Mariners. They take 2 from Detroit. And in great fashion as Josh Wilson delivers with an 8th inning 2-run single to give the Mariners their final margin of victory at 5-4.
And Jason Vargas, don't forget about him, the starting pitcher, had to work hard today, throwing 109 pitches through 5 innings, but keeping the club in the game. There's Jason. Nice work by the bullpen also this afternoon. Brandon Lee does a nice job. Artsma closing it out. And how about Mike Sweeney? Gets a day off yesterday, comes back today with a couple hits, including a big 2-run home run in the 8th inning.
So Mike Sweeney and the boys, late inning rally, 4 runs in the 8th. They pull it out 5-4 to make a